I woke up in a facility with no memory of arriving. The ceiling above me was too white. Not hospital white, something cleaner, more deliberate. A hum vibrated through the room, low and constant, like the sound of a machine thinking. I stared at the light until it hurt, because pain felt safer than confusion. When I tried to sit up, my body obeyed too easily. No soreness, no weakness, no ache that would explain why I was here. A door slid open without a sound. A woman stepped in, mid-40s, calm eyes, scrubs pressed into obedience. "You're awake," she said. Her voice carried no surprise, as if I were a scheduled event. "Where am I?" My throat felt dry, but my voice held. She smiled softly, the kind of smile practiced in mirrors. "You're safe. You've been with us for 4 days."
4.
I searched my mind for panic. It didn't come, just a widening emptiness. "I drove myself," I said. It wasn't a question. "I remember locking my house. I remember the kettle screaming. I remember—" My memory stopped mid-sentence, like a tape cut with scissors. She tilted her head, studying me. Not with concern, with confirmation. "You were confused when you arrived," she said gently. "Your son was very worried." The word son landed wrong. Too heavy, too sharp. "I'm 67, I said. "I jog every morning. I passed my physical last month. I don't get confused." She didn't argue. That's when the unease crept in. Not fear. "Calculation. Can I see my chart?" I asked. Her eyes flicked to the door, then back to me. "That won't be necessary right now." Something cold settled behind my ribs. I watched her leave. And for the first time since waking up, I understood the real problem. I wasn't sick. I was contained. They told me I'd had an episode. Temporary disorientation. Emotional volatility. Concerning statements. I let them talk. Inside my head, I was inventorying facts. No restraints. No HV. No medication schedule posted on the wall. This wasn't a hospital. It was a facility designed to look like one. My son visited on the second day. He walked in like he owned the air. Expensive jacket. The wrong kind of confidence. He hugged me for the cameras. "How are you feeling, Dad?" he asked. Concern performed. Love rehearsed. I studied his face while he spoke. The micro-expressions he couldn't control. Relief, impatience. Fear, brief but unmistakable. "You look tired," I said. He laughed, too fast. "You gave us a scare." "Us." I nodded slowly. "How long have I been here?" 4 days, he said. Same number. Scripted. "And my house?" I asked casually. "Did you water the plants?" A pause, just a fraction too long. "Of course." I smiled. It made him relax. He didn't know I never asked anyone to water my plants. When he left, I asked for a phone. They said no. I asked for my lawyer. They said I wasn't in the right state of mind. At night, the facility changed. The hum grew louder. Doors locked more decisively. Staff stopped pretending to be gentle. I lay awake, replaying the last real memory I had. The phone ringing. My son's voice strained, apologetic. "Dad, I need you to come over." Just for a bit. Then, nothing. No argument. No decision. Just absence. I began to understand the shape of the betrayal. Not loud. Not emotional. Administrative. On the 5th morning, I pretended to break. Confusion. Tears. Gratitude. They love that. They loosened the leash. I was allowed supervised walks. Limited internet access. Carefully curated news. I searched my name. Nothing unusual. Then I searched my address. The result came back instantly. Sold. 3 days ago. Listed and closed within 48 hours. For $685,000. My house was worth at least $940,000. I stared at the screen until the supervisor cleared her throat. "Time's up." I nodded, hands trembling convincingly. Inside, everything went still. The buyer was an LLC. I memorized the name. That night, I slept perfectly. The next day, I requested my financial statements. They denied me. I didn't argue. I began watching patterns. Shift changes. Camera blind spots. Which nurses like to talk? One of them did, too much. I learned I was here under a temporary psychiatric hold, requested by immediate family due to cognitive decline. Signed by my son. Approved by a doctor who had never met me before I arrived. I smiled at the nurse and thanked her for her honesty. Then I went back to my room and planned. On day 7, I cooperated fully. On day 10, they evaluated me. On day 12, they declared me improving. On day 14, they released me. My son picked me up. The car smelled like new leather and guilt. "I'm glad you're better," he said. "So am I replied. We drove past my old neighborhood. I didn't look. That night, alone in a rental he had arranged, I made calls. My lawyer, a forensic accountant, a real estate litigation specialist. I gave them everything. Names, dates, documents I remembered by heart. Then I waited. The truth doesn't arrive dramatically. It arrives in files, spreadsheets, contracts, transaction histories. My son had drugged me, not randomly, methodically, a sedative mixed into my tea, prescribed to him, acquired through a friend. The facility had been recommended by his business partner. The same partner who bought my house. The same partner who wired $680,000 directly into an offshore account the day after the sale. My son's gambling debts totaled just over $800,000. High interest. Dangerous people. He hadn't sold my house to save himself. He'd sold it to survive. I invited him to dinner. Cooked his favorite meal. He talked. I listened. At dessert, I slid the folder across the table. He opened it. Read the first page, then the second. His hands started shaking. Dad. I raised a finger. He stopped. Do you know what hurt the most? I asked calmly. Not the drugs. Not the facility. He was crying now, quietly, pathetically. It was how efficiently you erased me. Silence swallowed the room. I trusted you, he whispered. I nodded. That was your first mistake. I didn't yell. I didn't threaten. I explained. The house sale was being reversed. Fraud, coercion, elder abuse. The facility was under investigation. The doctor had already resigned. His business partner had flipped. And the gambling debts? I'd paid them. Directly. Every creditor now knew exactly why. He looked up at me, horror dawning. Why would you? Because, I said softly, owing them would have killed you. He sobbed openly now. And living with what you did? I continued. That will take longer. I stood. You'll be charged, I said. But I won't destroy you. He grabbed my sleeve. I'm sorry, he said. I didn't think... I know, I replied. That was your second mistake. I walked out. Left him with the truth. I bought a smaller house. Different city. Different routines. I still jog every morning. Sometimes I wake up thinking I hear the hum of that facility. But it fades. My son sends letters. I don't open them. I don't hate him. Hate requires attachment. What I feel is quieter, cleaner. I lost a house. I lost a son. What I gained was something far more permanent. Control. And the knowledge that when someone tries to erase you, you can rewrite the ending.